Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. And today we have the Hoth battle from the Rebel Alliance perspective playset. And as you can see, this is meant to be the Battle of Hoth from the Rebel Alliance side, and you can see that it's got the trench and the cannons and turrets, and I don't know if you can see it from this shot, but there's actually the shield generator behind them, and let's go ahead and check it out. And I just put a couple figures in there so you can see how they're supposed to be placed. And first thing I'll show you guys about this playset is actually in two big pieces, and it came in two separate pieces so you can kind of space them out, put them like that. Maybe leave enough room for your snow speeder to get through or whatever, but and then they just kind of, they don't connect or anything, but they do mate up, and that's what it looks like. And let's look at this side first. And if you look at it, you can see they have a little trench cut out in there for the soldiers to get in and take cover behind. And I'm going to go ahead and move this guy out of the way. He's just a rebel soldier. And what you can see here is there's a giant cannon, and it actually swivels and is removable. And here, I'll pick it up and bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see it. And this is what it looks like. And there's a little tiny handle here that you're supposed to put in the figure's hand, and I think this is supposed to be a scope or something, and it swivels as well. You can actually turn it around all the way. And if you look, there's a small projectile, and it does come out. You just pop it out. There's a little peg and a little hole for it. And what you want to do, if you look at this little trigger mechanism on the back, this is how you fire it. And there's a little projectile in here, and it just shoots out, and it's actually pretty long, but that's what it looks like. It's just a little pole with a what looks like a can at the end, but that's it. And to reload it, you just slide it in the barrel, and you'll see there's a little notch. And there, you line the notch up, and you just press till it clicks. And when you're ready to fire, once again, you just hit this little button on the back. And there you go. And let's go load that back up. Another thing you'll notice here is this part is actually supposed to be the shield generator that the Empire was trying to explode. And as you can see, I don't know how familiar you are with the shield generator. It is not to scale. It's supposed to be the size of a large building, but the soldiers have to defend something. And one other thing this does, if you look, the shield generator behind it here, there's a little lever. And what you do is you tap this lever, and it explodes the shield generator. So you're just going to go. And that's all it does. It breaks into three separate pieces. There's a center piece and two side pieces. And you'll see there's a little cutout for it on the base here. And you just hit this lever when it's loaded, and this little peg shoots up, and it will explode the shield generator. So let's try it again. Here, there's little holes that you line it up with, and there's little holes on the bottom, or pegs on the bottom of the shield generator. And so what you would do is insert it into the pegs with all three pieces, and they interlock with each other, so it's kind of easy to assemble. And then you're just going to tap the lever again. See if we can make it a little bigger explosion this time. Hit it a little harder, and that's what it does. That's exploding the shield generator. And one little thing that's also neat about this playset, and it's on both sides, but if you look down in the trench, you can actually see cables laying across, and you can see soldiers' footprints. So it looks like a bunch of soldiers have been running through the snow. I always thought that was kind of cool. So let's see if we can get this thing reassembled again. You just slide it into the pegs. in the holes. And there you go. Shield generator reassembled. There you can get a look at it. It's nothing fancy about it. It's just like 3 half circles that connect together. And then once again, you would just insert the blaster cannon. And let's check out this other side. It's pretty neat too. It has the laser cannon with a turret. I'm going to go ahead and move this figure out of the way. And if you look, you'll see like little gray boxes and stuff. These are not removable. They are permanently fixed in there. And it's the same thing. If you look in the trench, you can see the little footprints from the soldiers and all the cables and stuff. But none of that stuff moves. It's just for looks. And the only other part to this side is, of course, this laser turret. And it's a pretty cool little thing. And first you have the little door that opens here. It does open. And you can see the feet dangling. But yeah, here, we'll go ahead and take Han out of here. Now you can put a figure in the top. There's a little hole. But you'll see some figures, when their feet are down, they're spread apart like this. And others are close together. You have to have a figure where his feet are close together. This guy will not fit in there unless you squeeze his legs, and I don't really want to do that. But this one will. This is Hoth Han, and he does fit in there. You just kind of got to turn him so his feet will fit, and you slide him in there, and there you go. That's how he fits in the turret. And I'll go ahead and pull him out of there. And the door on the turret does open and close. Both doors. This one opens and closes too. It's a little tricky sometimes and a little stiff, but it does close and the hinge works. And the turret itself actually does spin, and it is removable, but that's just for like storage. I don't really want to disassemble it for the video. And another little thing this cannon does is, you'll see this little lever on the bottom here. And what you do is you slide this out, and you'll see a little piece of orange plastic that's supposed to look like a muzzle fire comes out. And it's soft plastic. You can it's cut to look like a little flame, but it doesn't really come out real well. But all you do is you pull the lever back. Oops. And the barrel is removable, by the way. It snaps off and just snaps back on. There's nothing to it. But that's all you do. Is there's just a little lever, and it slides the muzzle flash out. And it's just a soft piece of orange plastic. And this is really just for assembly reasons, and I'll show you guys just because you can store it. But the turret does come off. It kind of snaps in there. There's little pegs on the side that you line up, and there's little holes in there, but there's nothing in there. It's just a blank circle. And the turret top does come off, but I think you gotta kind of yank on it, and there's no reason for doing it, so I don't really want to do that. But the turret part does pop off, and you can get a better look at this thing when the turret's off. You can see the imprints in the snow and all the designing they put into it. And sometimes getting this turret in there, you can see there's a little tab right here, and that lines up with the bottom of the door, and so you always know which way you're going to do it. Then you have to line, there's a little tab here and a little tab here, and there's holes for both of them in there. So what you want to do is, oops, I got it backwards. So you're going to line the little hole up with the little peg, and the big hole up with the big peg, and you just kind of press till you hear click, and there you go. It's installed back on. And let's go ahead and put Han back in there again. You can see the door opens on the turret. And we'll go ahead and put Han back in there so he can get to it. And that is about it for the Hoth Battle playset from the Rebel Alliance. And there it is, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.